Mary Cooper has always been one of the most complex and grounded characters in the young Sheldon universe, a woman of deep faith, strong convictions, and unwavering love for her family. But in Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, we're seeing a very different side of her. After George Sr.'s heartbreaking death, Mary has spent a long time trying to find her footing again. She's been through grief, loneliness, and the struggle of holding her family together. Now that she's finally opening up to the possibility of love again, it should be something beautiful, something healing. But instead, Mary's new relationship is causing trouble, not just for her, but for everyone around her. The biggest issue isn't that Mary is dating again, it's who she's dating and how it's affecting her family. After years of being the moral center of the Cooper household, Mary's decision to move forward has caught her children off guard, especially Georgie. He's the one who's been trying to hold things together in his own life, running the shop, raising a family, and living with the shadow of his father's legacy. To see his mother move on so soon, and with someone outside the family's comfort zone, stirs emotions that he hasn't really dealt with. Georgie's reaction is the heart of the conflict. He's angry, confused, and maybe even hurt. Deep down, it's not that he doesn't want his mother to be happy. It's that he feels like this new relationship is rewriting his father's memory. George Sr. wasn't perfect, but he was the backbone of their family. For Georgie, seeing Mary with another man makes it feel like all those years are being replaced or forgotten. It's a kind of emotional betrayal he doesn't know how to process. And then there's the generational gap. Mary comes from a time and mindset where relationships after loss were handled privately and carefully, often with judgment from the church community. Now, she's daring to step into something new, maybe even something unconventional for her. But her community isn't making it easy. Whispers have started, friends are divided, and even Pastor Rob, someone who's always been close to Mary, seems to cast subtle doubts about her choices. It's not that anyone outright condemns her, but there's that underlying tension, the question of whether she's doing the right thing in the eyes of faith, or just following her heart for once. For Mary, this new relationship represents something she's been denied for a long time: companionship. She's spent years putting others before herself, being the mother, the caregiver, the widow. Now, for the first time, she's trying to do something just for her. And while it should be empowering, it's also isolating. Because the people she loves most are the ones struggling to accept it. Mandy, on the other hand, tries to be the voice of reason. She understands both sides. She knows what it's like to want to move on, to find happiness in a place where people don't expect you to. She tries to talk sense into Georgie, reminding him that his mom deserves to live her life. But even she can see the cracks forming. Mary's relationship is pulling emotional strings that run deep: family loyalty, faith, and grief all tangled up in one messy knot. What makes this storyline so fascinating is how human it feels. It's not about right or wrong. It's about change. Everyone in the Cooper family is evolving, trying to find their place in a world without George Sr. Mary's new relationship is a symbol of that transition, but it also exposes how hard it is to let go of the past. It's easy to say you want the people you love to be happy. It's much harder to accept that their happiness might look different than what you imagined. There's also the subtle irony of it all. Mary spent years judging others, people who strayed from church teachings, people who didn't fit her idea of moral living. Now she's the one facing that same judgment. The show doesn't portray her as a hypocrite, but rather as a woman learning the painful truth that life rarely fits neatly into moral categories. Love, grief, and healing are messy. As the tension builds, the writers are cleverly setting the stage for a deeper emotional reckoning. Georgie may lash out now, but eventually he'll have to face what's really bothering him. Not his mother's choices, but his inability to move on from the loss himself. And for Mary, this relationship might be the key to rediscovering who she is outside of being a mother or a widow. It could make her stronger, more independent, and even more self-aware, but not without shaking up the family first. So yes, Mary's new relationship is causing trouble. It's messy, it's emotional, and it's uncomfortable to watch at times, but that's exactly what makes it real. Love after loss is never simple. The Coopers are learning that healing doesn't come without conflict, and sometimes, moving on means breaking a few hearts along the way, including your own.